Barton FM, following Barton Town. Sport on Barton FM is sponsored by Easy Buy.
Welcome to Swans Talk with me, Richard Watts. We now join Trevor Richins, who's talking to Nathan Jarman.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes. In North Fairby. Unfortunate result, I think is perhaps the best way of putting it. We played quite well and deserved to get something out of that.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And obviously you got us back towards the end.
Yeah.
Was that a tactical change, or was it one that you sort of planned? Because obviously both you and Danny came on towards the end.
Yeah, no, it was enforced. It was Grant who came off injured. It kicked the bottom of Danny Earl's boot, and he couldn't continue. So we decided to put Tom Wardby back there and go free up top. Me, Northie, and Harrison.
Apart from the fact we played well, and we didn't obviously win. Any other comments on the game?
Do you know what? I was more than happy with the way we played, and obviously they were full of compliments about the way we tried to play and the way we cut through them. Really, that was the only thing missing was the goals at the end of it.
Yeah.
Like some of the reverse passes where we have Will on the right and John Boy on the left, and they cut in and then they pass the ball through to the strikers running through, and it works really well. Especially when we have left-footed Will on the right and right-footed John Boy on the left, and it leaves space for our attacking fullbacks Grant and Scott to bomb on as well. So it does work well. And when we play like we did yesterday, it's I think it's more frustrating for me that we haven't done that more often, because Ferriby had 10 points clear at the top and we was cutting through them. I wouldn't say at will, but we was getting in quite a lot, and we should have made more of the opportunities that we had.
So Tuesday night we are at homes to Silsden.
Yeah.
Slightly later start for anybody who's listening, because this will be on the radio as well. So it's 8
yeah,
o'clock kickoff.
8 o'clock kickoff. Yeah.
And this is a game we lost due to bad weather over the New Year period. And obviously we've got to play them away again in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
So what are you looking forward for Tuesday's game, apart from 3 points and a win?
Yeah, well, we do that anyway. It's a given. But another performance like Penistone away. I know you was there at Penistone, and the way we passed it at Penistone. I know we lost 1-0 with a 93rd or 94th minute goal, but the way we passed it again, and then we passed it really well against Goal at home. First 50, 55 minutes. Anyway, got 3-0 up. And then again against Ferriby, the way we passed it again against Ferriby. Right. So that's what I'm looking for. Another performance to go with it. Obviously be a little bit more clinical. A few more goals. We'll have Hottie back. I think we might. I don't know if Grant will be available, but the way he was talking, his foot's ballooned up. But yeah, we'll have Hottie back, and so that's what I'm looking for. Just another good performance, and just try and get as many points and finish as high as we can.
Okay, Charlie Dixon was at the game watching yesterday. Obviously he appeared in the North Fairby home match for us. But he's still saying he's not 100%.
Yeah, no, he said to me if we were desperate, or if we really needed him to step in, he would do it. But he's not going to risk it for anybody else. He's not interested in playing for any other team. He only played against Ferriby because we was absolutely desperate, and he was doing me a favour. And I've already told him I really appreciated it, because he's probably at the stage of his rehab he shouldn't have played. But yeah, we were. Yeah, it was either that or we'd have to find a goalkeeper. Okay. And he did really well for us. So yeah. Yeah,
no, I just wondered how far on the road to recovery he was, but clearly he's not that close to being back available.
I think he's. Yeah, I think he's going to give it. I mean, I don't know. He told me he's not going to play again this season, but then when Muzzy got sent off, he messaged me and he just said, "Look, if you need me, I'll be available for you." And I told him at the time I really appreciate it. I told him after the game I really appreciated it, because it was a massive game to come into. You know, North Ferriby at home when things weren't really quite going for us, and we were probably going to be under the cosh from their long throw and stuff. And it didn't quite transpire that way, and we weren't really under the cosh from him, I don't think.
Yeah.
But no, he still did well.
And on a completely different point view,
okay.
What do you have of this? Your opinion of this Gary Lineker thing? There's obviously Kane's match of the day last night and again tonight.
Yeah.
What is your view on sportsmen and political statements? Do you think the two should be separated?
Yeah, I think he should be able to. I know he's employed by the BBC and he's probably got to remain impartial, but for such a contentious issue, I think he should be able to voice his opinion without fear of repercussions, to be honest.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, it's on Twitter, and he's done it on Twitter, or he's written his opinion on Twitter. And yeah, I don't think there should be any. I don't know if there were any repercussions. I don't know what's happened. And it came out that he was stepping away from it, but that reading between the lines, he might have been forced to until they've reached an amicable conclusion to it.
And of course, the problem that happened is that no one's wants to step in and take his place. So
yeah, well, do you know what? I've got a lot of time for the people that have said that they're not willing to, because the way that it looks now is that the BBC have told Gary Lineker that he's not allowed to present, and then the other presenters or his co-hosts or whatever they are have just said, right, well, if he's not doing it, we feel he's been treated unfairly, so we're not going to do it either. And it's kind of blown up in the face a little bit, I think. And I'm all for people standing up for whatever they believe in, and as long as it's done in the right way, and it's not.
I was just interested in your point of view, because obviously sports and politics has always been contentious, going back when South Africa and cricket and all that sort of stuff that went on over the last 50, 60 years. And you think a lot of it's now gone, but obviously it's still there. And people say, well, you can't say this because you shouldn't be doing political stuff. But I was just interested in your point of view. That was all.
I mean, just because he's the figurehead of football on BBC or whatever, he's still entitled to his opinion. He should be able to voice it, and that's my view for what it's worth.
Okay, thank you very much.
Cool, Trev.
And we're looking forward to win on Tuesday.
Oh, it'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yes, another 3 points. Thank you very much, Nathan.
Cheers, Trev.
Cheers.
For the latest Barton Town news and information, visit the club's website at www.bartontownfc.co.uk.
With the Barton chairman Mark Gregory, and they've got the sportsman's dinner coming up at the end of May. Can you fill us in on all the details?
After the success of last year, we have Kevin Keegan, who was absolutely awesome on the night. Obviously, we wanted to get another big name. It's a great way to earn some funds for the club, and it's also a great way to have a really good night, especially at the end of the season, and hopefully a happy end of the season. So John Barnes, I hope he does the England rap. That'll be great. Tickets and tables are still available. Not many left because they are selling fast, so as they would. So please let me know if anybody does want a table.
Right. So what's the best way for people to get in touch with
They can either email myself or email Pete Mitchell. And our emails are on the website, or obviously it's all over social and stuff, and just follow the links.
For the latest Barton Town news and information, visit the club's website at www.bartontownfc.co.uk.
That's it for this edition of Swans Talk. Thanks for listening.